The children of Arcturus 7 sang without knowing where their songs came from. Threx Carvel recorded their playground melodies, cataloging every note for his cultural survey. Then, a fragment caught his attention, a melodic curve that didn't belong to any local scale.
That pattern. I've heard it before, but not on any charted world.
He activated his holo-tablet spectral analyzer, pulse quickening as the waveform resolved. The screen flashed a red alert. Source match detected, and the origin was impossible. Match. Earth. Year 1947. Unauthorized radio transmission.
His fingers went cold. Earth, the lost cradle world. How could a dead civilization's song be here?
The children kept singing, innocent and oblivious, as holographic notes drifted into a waveform that spelled out humanity's first scream into space.
This was no coincidence. It was contamination.
Threxkar returned to his lab on Shandor Station, the recording still echoing in his mind.
This was supposed to be a routine survey. 47 worlds, children's songs, nothing more.
He pulled up the full archive of his cultural survey, tracing patterns he had ignored for cycles. His assistant, Zara Tane, entered with a fresh datapad, her 3 eyes narrowing at his expression.
Threxkar, you look like you've seen a ghost.
Worse. I found something that shouldn't exist. Help me cross-reference.
Together, they overlaid spectral analyses from 12 sample worlds, and the same melodic fragment appeared on every chart.
It's the same tune, adapted to their biology but unmistakable. This isn't a coincidence.
He silenced the doubt clawing at his logic. The Coalition needed to see this.
I am requesting an emergency session with the Cultural Oversight Committee. This pattern is not local, it's interstellar.
The Coalition Cultural Oversight Committee convened in a circular chamber of cold light and colder judgment. Threxkar stood at the central podium, his findings projected in shimmering holograms, melodic fragments from 12 worlds, all pointing to one impossible source.
You expect us to believe these melodies are of alien origin. Threxkar, they are probably local children's rhymes that traders carried between systems.
A chorus of skeptical murmurs rippled through the delegates. No one wanted to hear about contamination.
They think it's folklore, but the spectral signatures don't lie. I traced them myself.
This committee will not waste resources on statistical noise. Your request for a full investigation is denied.
The insectoid delegate clicked her mandibles in agreement. The session was effectively over.
Then I'll conduct the study myself, without coalition funding.
Threxkar stepped down from the podium, his robes sweeping the cold floor as delegates avoided his gaze.
They can dismiss me, but they can't stop me. I'll trace these songs back to their source.
In the cycles that followed, Threxkar and Zara barely slept. They ran spectral analysis on all 47 worlds. The same melodic fragment appeared everywhere. A ghost signal from a planet that had been silent for centuries.
Earth's radio signature is embedded in the children's play songs of every species. How is this possible?
Threxkar, the contamination isn't just widespread, it's total. Every world we have data for.
He traced the signal paths backward, lines of light arcing from Earth's system through the void.
These signals have been washing over inhabited worlds for over 400 cycles. Generations soaked in human music unknowingly.
On every chart, the diffusion pattern was identical. Earth's voice had saturated the galaxy.
Zara, we have to warn them. Earth must be told what is happening to their ancient transmissions.
Warn them? Threxkar, they've been dead for centuries. Who would even receive the message?
It doesn't matter. I have to try. Someone on that lost world might still be listening.
Threxkar initiated the long-range communication protocol, aligning the station's array toward the silent blue dot.
12 minutes of silence before they even hear the hail. Long enough for every doubt to surface.
While waiting, he pulled up Earth's historical broadcast archives, records of a species that had screamed into the void for centuries. The first signals were primitive. Music, news, propaganda, leaking from a world that never knew it was being heard.
Not just melodies, their fears, their wars, their love songs. All of it washing over children, too innocent to know.
Zara found him staring at an image of Earth, a blue marble wrapped in clouds, deceptively peaceful.
You haven't eaten in 2 cycles. If you collapse before the call connects, what good will that do anyone?
I keep hearing their songs, Zara. Children humming tunes they don't understand. What else did they absorb?
The terminal chimed. Signal lock established. Earth's ancient receivers were still alive.
Now someone on that lost world will hear my warning. I pray they understand what has happened.
The holo screen flickered to life, and Threxkar found himself staring at a human face, weathered, kind, and entirely unsurprised.
I am Threxkar Vel of the Coalition. Your planet's old radio signals are being sung by alien children across the galaxy. This is a contamination crisis.
Yes, we know. I am Ronald Garrett, Earth Radio Archive. We've monitored the diffusion for over 200 years. Your call was anticipated.
Anticipated. He speaks as if this is a scheduled appointment, not an interstellar emergency. How can you be so calm? Your culture is invading the minds of children from 47 species.
It's a long story. Let's arrange a proper holo conference. I'll show you everything.
Threxkar's hand tightened on the edge of his desk. This was not the panic he had expected.
Fine. I'll connect again in 2 cycles. But if this is some kind of weapon...
It's not. You'll see. Try to rest. You look exhausted.
He knew. Humanity knew all along, and they waited. I need to understand why.
Ronald Garrett sent the holo conference coordinates. Threxkar confirmed, then pushed back from the terminal, his mind churning.
2 days to wait. 2 days to question everything I thought I knew about this contamination.
He retrieved the raw children's recordings, bypassing the spectral overlays, and simply listened.
No hidden commands. No encoded aggression. Only human voices singing about stars, hearts, and dreams.
The truth settled colder than panic. He had been hunting a predator and found a gift.
A species that poured its art into the silence of space, never knowing if anyone received it.
His mentor's image stared back from the photograph. Follow the data, not your assumptions.
I owe Ronald my full attention, and I owe the children a mind open enough to see what they see.
He dimmed the lights and let the music play. For the first time, he heard the tenderness embedded in the static.
Tomorrow the human will explain. Tonight, I let the song finish.
The formal holo call connected, and Ronald appeared seated in a room lined with dusty shelves and glowing vacuum tubes.
I pulled some original broadcasts. Glenn Miller, the Beatles, a few others. Here is the signal that started it all.
Threxkar listened, as ancient melodies filled the holo channel. Sounds meant for a planet, now drifting light years from home.
This is the raw source. No distortion, no hidden layer. Just humans singing to their own kind.
We first learned about the leakage in the 21st century. By then, the signals were already centuries out. We couldn't pull them back.
But you could have warned the Coalition. You could have stopped broadcasting altogether. Why didn't you?
We didn't just stop. We did one better.
One better. What could be better than stopping a cultural contamination that spans the galaxy?
Ronald held up an old photograph, the original 1947 broadcast team, smiling beside a towering radio antenna.
You are telling me your people planned something. I want to see it.
Ronald tapped his console, and the holo display expanded into a majestic orbital array, its petals beaming light into the black.
This is the beacon. For over 200 years, every single day, we've broadcast Earth's finest art, music, and literature to the stars.
The beacon array dwarfed the ancient radio towers, a flower of antennas aimed at every inhabited sector.
200 years of deliberate transmission. They didn't just leak, they purposefully sent this.
We couldn't recall the accidental leaks, so we decided to ensure that what reached you was our best. Not propaganda, gifts.
Threxkar stared at the silent waves traveling through the void. Songs, poems, stories crossing light years into children's hearts.
You've been shaping our cultures for centuries. Every alien child humming your songs, and no one ever knew.
It was never about conquest. It was about connection. We just sent better music.
A cultural war won without a single shot, The children's joy is the weapon and the shield. What have I stumbled into? And what am I supposed to do with this knowledge?
After the hollow call ended, Threxcar sat motionless in his lab, the echo of Ronald's words still hanging in the air. Zara found him like that, staring at a blank wall, his 3 eyes unfocused.
Threxcar? The call ended cycles ago. What did the human say?
How do I tell her that humanity won a war without weapons, using lullabies?
He forced the words out, voice hollow.
The contamination, it was never accidental. They've been sending deliberately for 200 years. A cultural gift.
A gift? You mean all those songs? They chose them?
She can't see yet. This isn't contamination, it's infiltration by beauty.
He pulled up the recordings again, the children's voices weaving through data stacks, and found no malice, only melody.
I wanted monsters. I found humans sending better music into the dark, hoping to be friends. What does an anthropologist do with that?
Threxcar began drafting a formal report to the Coalition, labeling the beacon as an unauthorized cultural incursion.
If I report this as aggression, the Coalition will quarantine Earth. They might jam the beacon forever.
He paused the draft and opened a random recording from the frontier world of Kelov 9, the holoscreen filled with alien children, clicking their mandibles in a rhythm that mimicked ancient human harmonies. They were singing a song Threxcar now recognized, an ancient Earth hymn, Let It Be, lovingly translated into their clicking tongue. One little girl, her carapace still soft, closed her 4 eyes and smiled as she sang. Threxcar's finger hovered over the delete command.
How can I call this an invasion? This is a gift, soaked into their joy.
He pressed delete. The draft report dissolved into worthless light.
What did you just do? That was our evidence.
It's not an invasion, Zara. It's a gift, and I won't be the one who tries to take it away.
Later that cycle, Threxcar opened a private channel to Earth, his mind clearer than it had been since the first recording. Ronald answered, with a warm, unsurprised smile, as if he had been waiting for this exact call.
Ronald, I deleted the report. I can't call this an invasion. I've seen the children's faces.
You are not alone in that. Over the years, a few Coalition members have stumbled onto our signals and chosen to protect them. They never said a word.
Threxcar listened, stunned. There were others, quiet guardians of a secret gift.
We've always hoped for an official bridge. Someone like you, who understands both worlds, a galactic cultural liaison.
He's offering a new path. But to take it, I'd have to walk away from everything I've built. I need time to think, but I won't pretend your offer hasn't lit something I thought was dead.
Take all the time you need. We'll keep sending the music. The children will keep singing.
The children will keep singing, and maybe I can help them sing louder.
For a week, Threxcar secluded himself in Earth's vast cultural archives, listening to every song he could find. He heard sorrow and joy, war and peace, all pressed into grooves of ancient black discs. The depth of human art moved him to tears. Centuries of love poured into the void, expecting nothing in return.
They didn't even know if anyone was out there. They just sang.
By the end of the week, Threxcar sat at his desk and activated his holopad.
One message to Ronald. I am in. Tell me what comes next.
He typed the words, then opened his formal resignation letter to the Coalition. The letter was brief, stating his intent to serve as Earth's first galactic cultural liaison. He signed the letter and sent it, the cursor blinking one final time. Outside his window, the stars pulsed in rhythm with a distant lullaby, and Threxcar finally smiled. Threxcar returned to the Coalition chamber one final time, his robes billowing in the cold political air. Oren Kale's golden mask of authority crumbled to irritation as he saw Threxcar approach the podium uninvited.
This session was not scheduled. You are out of order, Anthropologist Val.
Threxcar ignored the gavel and projected his data, but this time he let the songs play before the charts.
Listen. These children are singing ancient Earth melodies, not corrupted, enriched, and it's no accident. Let them hear the gift before I name the giver.
He revealed the beacon, the daily stream of Earth's music, art and literature, and the room erupted into chaotic whispers.
You concealed this? You collaborated with a primitive species to subvert coalition culture.
I did not subvert. I chose to serve a greater truth, and I've resigned my post to become Earth's first galactic cultural liaison.
The chamber dissolved into shouts. Threxkar turned and walked out, his bridge burned, his path chosen. As Threxkar reached the chamber threshold, Orin Kale's command cut through the uproar.
You will not walk away from this. Explain why you chose a dead planet over your own people.
He wants a confession of treason. I'll give him the truth instead. I didn't choose a dead planet. I chose the children who sing its songs with joy. No harm, only enrichment.
He reactivated the holograms, smiling alien children, singing ancient Earth lullabies, filling the chamber. The insectoid delegate tilted her head, mandibles still. For the first time, she listened without dismissal.
You expect us to believe this is a gift? That humanity's radio leakage is benevolent?
I am asking you to see what I saw. They sent their best, not weapons. That is generosity, not conquest.
A few delegates nodded slowly. The seeds of doubt cracked their hostility. The committee took no vote. The formal stance remained undecided. Threxkar walked out into an uncertain freedom. Weeks later, Threxkar arranged a modest cultural showcase in a school courtyard on Shandor Station.
Zara, please help with the holoscreen. The children should see the original Earth performers that inspired these songs.
I never imagined I'd be hanging human art on our school walls. Look at the parents, they're curious, not afraid.
From Earth, Ronald Garrett transmitted a steady stream of music, films, and poetry. His voice came through the hollow, gentle, and steady.
Look at that. An insectoid child tapping her feet to a human rhythm. No fear, just motion.
In quiet corners, parents admitted the human songs were soothing, and the stories felt universal.
The Coalition hasn't sanctioned any of this officially. Orin remains silent, but the whispers are spreading.
Silence is not prohibition. Every child who hums a human tune is a vote for the truth.
Behind closed doors, committee members began informal discussions. The cultural tide was rising. The beacon kept pulsing. Threxkar kept opening doors. The Coalition could not stop what had already taken root. The Coalition Cultural Oversight Committee reconvened, this time without Threxkar, to address the growing human influence.
We must decide whether Earth's beacon is an attack or an asset. I open the floor.
A delegate from a conservative world rose, his voice sharp with fear. Our children are being indoctrinated. Every human melody is a seed of alien thought. But another delegate stood, one who had witnessed the school showcases, and her voice was calm. I have seen the children. They are not harmed. They are joyful. We should celebrate this exchange, not fear it. The chamber erupted into murmurs, weighing fear against the evidence of joy.
Very well. We will hold a trial galactic cultural festival. If it succeeds, Earth's beacon may remain. If it fails, we jam the signal forever.
The vote passed with a slim majority. Orin sat alone afterward, head bowed. A terse message arrived for Threxkar. One festival. Prove it, or it ends. The first galactic cultural festival opened under a dome of stars, holographic banners shimmering above a crowd of thousands.
Look at them, Ronald. They came from 47 worlds, and they're not afraid. They're singing.
They came to hear the songs they already know. The beacon's done its work. Threxkar.
At center stage, a human band struck the first chords, and the crowd began to hum, a melody from Earth, learned in playgrounds across the galaxy.
Tears sting my eyes. This is not conquest. It's a long overdue embrace.
Children of every species danced together, their bodies knowing the rhythms before their minds could name them.
The Coalition delegates are recording everything. Even Orin isn't scowling. He looks confused, but not angry.
Confusion is the first step toward acceptance. The children have already accepted.
As the final song faded, the Coalition's official seal appeared on every public screen, declaring the Galactic Cultural Exchange a permanent institution.
We did it. Not by silencing their signal, but by amplifying their gift. The galaxy is richer now.
In the calm after the festival, A message arrived from Earth's presidential office, addressed to the new galactic cultural liaison, to Threx Carvel. You built a bridge where others saw only noise. Humanity is forever grateful. President of Earth.
He read it twice, then held the pad to his chest. Gratitude from a world he once called dead.
Zara found him there, her own 3 eyes bright with unshed emotion.
The schools sent word. Earth music is now required listening in primary curricula across 17 core worlds.
17 worlds. But the children were humming these songs long before any curriculum told them to.
He rose and walked to the window, gazing at the stars that once terrified him.
When this began, I saw contamination. Now I see a bridge. What we feared became our inheritance.
Decades passed. The beacon never fell silent. Its radio waves pulsing through the cosmos carried on children's voices, and one of those children would be his own. Decades had gentled Threxkar's blue skin with lines, but his memory remained sharp, fierce, and unexpectedly tender. Lyra, his granddaughter, hummed while stacking blocks, each note a ghost of a melody the beacon had taught her.
Grandfather, this song feels like sunshine. Who made it?
The melody was unmistakable. Here Comes the Sunday, carried across light years and generations, now in her voice. Threx, Kar's 3 hearts clenched. The gift was still giving, and it would never stop. The school auditorium filled with families from a dozen colonies, all gathered to hear what the children had learned.
Tonight, I'll sing an old Earth song. One that traveled through space to find us.
Threxkar saw every playground, every sleepless night, every terrified query to Ronald Garrett flash before him. On stage, Lyra stood tiny against the hollow curtain, a living testament to a bridge built without weapons. She drew a breath, and the hall fell silent, waiting for the first note. Lyra's voice rose, pure and clear, the melody threading through the hall like a signal from an old radio. In Threxkar's chest, the melody struck deeper than any spectral analysis ever could. Tears streamed down his lined face, and he did not wipe them away.
The first playground recording, the committee's dismissal, Ronald's gentle voice, all of it led here. I was so terrified of contamination. Now I see it was always a gift waiting to be unwrapped.
Other children on stage joined in, their harmonies layered like centuries of radio waves converging. Above them, holographic music notes drifted upward, weaving into the unmistakable waveform of Earth's oldest broadcasts. The audience leaned forward, species united in silence, the only sound the ancient human melody.
Here comes the sun. 3 small words that crossed the galaxy and landed in my granddaughter's heart.
The final note lingered, a promise the beacon would never break and the galaxy would never forget. The applause swallowed the hall. But Lyra's eyes found only her grandfather.
Grandfather, did you hear it? It sounded like sunshine.
I heard every note, little one. I've been hearing it for decades. How do I tell her that this song once terrified me? Some gifts need time to be recognized.
Outside, under a sky thick with stars, the faint hiss of an ancient radio signal seemed to echo in the breeze. He lifted her onto a bench, the old radio tubes in his pocket, warm from his hand.
Ronald would be smiling. The beacon still sings, and now Lyra sings with it.
The stars look like music, Grandfather. Are those the Earth songs too?
Threxkar didn't answer. He just held her closer, and together they listened to the faint whisper of a gift that never stopped giving. The galaxy hummed with humanity's lullabies, and in that hum, Threxkar Vel found his peace.